Heartbreak, shock, disbelief. That's exactly how fans felt when the news broke. Tamar Braxton, a woman whose life has been a roller coaster of fame, family drama, and personal struggles, has just revealed she's pregnant. And the father? Mendeecees. Yes, the name that has stirred so many rumors and whispers is now at the center of one of the most emotional announcements of the year. But behind the smiles, the celebrations, and the carefully curated social media posts lies a story of pain, struggle, and quiet suffering. Tamar's journey hasn't been easy, from battling heartbreaks, public scrutiny, and the relentless pressure of living in the spotlight, to fighting personal demons that only she knows about. Every fan reading this feels the weight of her emotions. The joy, the fear, the uncertainty that comes with bringing life into the world while your heart is still healing from yesterday's wounds. This isn't just news. This is a raw, unfiltered glimpse into a life that is both glamorous and hauntingly human. Every tear she shed, every sleepless night, every moment of anxiety, it's all here. And when you hear the full story, you won't just watch it. You'll feel it in your soul. The world knew Tamar Braxton as a powerhouse, a singer, a television personality, a woman whose voice could move mountains and whose presence demanded attention. But behind the glitz, the cameras, and the fame, Tamar's life has been anything but easy. And now, with her shocking announcement of pregnancy, fans are finally seeing a side of her that is raw, vulnerable, and heartbreakingly human. For years, Tamar has lived under the relentless gaze of the public eye. Every heartbreak, every argument, every triumph was dissected, commented on, and broadcasted across headlines. Yet, through it all, she kept moving forward, carrying the weight of her dreams, her career, and her personal struggles, all while maintaining a smile that inspired millions. But this announcement wasn't just another headline, it was a revelation, a peek into the emotional turmoil she has quietly endured. When Tamar revealed she was pregnant, the world stopped for a moment. The initial shock wasn't just because of the pregnancy itself, but because of the man she named as the father, Mendeecees. His name has always carried weight, a figure associated with reality TV, past controversies, and a narrative filled with highs and lows. And now, intertwined with Tamar's story, Mendeecees became more than just a name. He became the centerpiece of a tale dripping with emotion, speculation, and curiosity. But the announcement didn't come without a heavy undertone. Behind her poised photos and carefully worded posts lies a story that the cameras never captured. The sleepless nights, the anxious moments, the uncertainty about how her fans, the media, and even family would react. Tamar has always been resilient, but in moments like these, the resilience is tested. Every fan who followed her journey felt the weight of it, the delicate balance between joy and fear, between hope and the haunting shadows of past struggles. For Tamar, pregnancy isn't just a life-changing milestone, it's a moment layered with complexity. She's stepping into new territory while carrying old wounds. Fans who've observed her career know that she's experienced heartbreaks that left deep scars, relationships that ended abruptly, personal betrayals, and the constant scrutiny of a public that never gives space for mistakes or vulnerabilities. And now, bringing new life into the world, she's exposing herself in a way that feels intimate, fragile, and incredibly brave. Every detail of her reveal sparked a tsunami of reactions. Social media lit up instantly, with fans expressing shock, joy, disbelief, and a spectrum of emotions in between. Some celebrated the announcement with unrestrained happiness, while others speculated endlessly about Mendeecees and the timing of this pregnancy. And in the midst of it all, Tamar remained the center of attention, a woman carrying not just life in her womb, but also the weight of an entire world watching her every move. What makes this story truly gripping is the emotional depth Tamar herself brings to it. She didn't just post a generic announcement, she shared a glimpse of her heart. Fans reported seeing tears in her eyes during interviews, a mixture of happiness and anxiety that made her story resonate on a profoundly human level. This isn't just gossip, this is an emotional experience. When you see a celebrity of her stature allowing herself to be vulnerable, it strikes a chord, reminding everyone that behind fame and fortune, there are real people, real feelings, and real struggles. And then, there's the matter of Mendeecees. His involvement adds layers of complexity, drama, and suspense to an already emotional story. He's no stranger to controversy, and his past relationships have been widely publicized, leading to endless speculation. Fans can't help but wonder, how did this connection come to be? What was the journey that led Tamar to this moment? Each question adds tension, making the story feel like more than just a celebrity announcement. It becomes a narrative filled with twists, anticipation, and a touch of heartache. Even for those who don't follow Tamar or Mendeecees closely, the story is captivating because it combines universal themes: love, heartbreak, vulnerability, and the uncertainty of life-changing decisions. Every moment of joy is tinged with fear. Every smile is shadowed by memories of pain. And in this duality, Tamar's story becomes not just news, but an emotional journey that fans can empathize with, relate to, and even mourn alongside. This is what makes Tamar Braxton's pregnancy announcement more than just a headline. It's a glimpse into the inner world of a woman who has faced relentless public scrutiny yet continues to rise, to hope, to feel deeply. And as the world watches, every reaction, every comment, every speculation is magnified, amplifying the drama, the sadness, and the emotional resonance of her journey. In the coming weeks, as more details emerge, one thing is clear: Tamar's story has struck a chord in ways that go beyond gossip. It's not just about a pregnancy or a celebrity relationship. It's about resilience, vulnerability, and the raw, unfiltered emotions of a woman daring to reveal her truth in a world that rarely forgives weakness. And for her fans, this revelation is a moment of connection, empathy, and heartbreak, a story that doesn't just make headlines, but makes hearts ache. As soon as Tamar Braxton's pregnancy news broke, the internet erupted like never before. Social media platforms became a whirlwind of emotions: shock, jubilation, disbelief, and heartbreak all colliding in real time. Fans flooded Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok, sharing their emotional reactions, posting tears and emojis, and trying to process the news of a woman they had followed, loved, and empathized with for years. Some fans were overwhelmed with joy. They celebrated Tamar's pregnancy as a beacon of hope and resilience, applauding her for embracing this new chapter despite everything she has endured. Others, however, were stunned, questioning the timing, the relationship, and the reality of the announcement. The combination of Tamar's emotional vulnerability and the mention of Mendeecees created the perfect storm for speculation, gossip, and heated debates online. Every post, comment, and reaction became a reflection of the public's fascination with not just her pregnancy, but the deeply human story behind it. The media jumped on the story instantly. Headlines screamed, "Tamar Braxton's shocking pregnancy reveal," and "Mendeecees, father of the year or reality drama starter." Paparazzi photos, leaked comments, and screenshots from social media accounts flooded news sites, creating a frenzy that seemed impossible to control. Entertainment reporters dissected every angle, from Tamar's emotional expressions to Mendeecees' past relationships, creating a narrative that was both heart-wrenching and irresistible to audiences. And then there was Mendeecees, a man whose name alone carries a history of reality TV drama, public relationships, and personal controversies. His involvement in Tamar's story added layers of tension, curiosity, and unpredictability. Fans began to dig into his past, analyzing his previous relationships, his public persona, and even his interactions with Tamar before the announcement. Every rumor, every snippet of information became a piece of the puzzle, fueling endless speculation and debate. The emotional weight of Tamar's vulnerability combined with the suspense surrounding Mendeecees created a story that was impossible to ignore. But beyond the gossip and speculation lies the human element. Tamar's courage in revealing her pregnancy exposed her innermost fears and hopes. She was not just a celebrity making a public statement, she was a woman carrying life within her, balancing the joy of expectation with the anxiety of uncertainty. Fans resonated deeply with her story because it mirrored real-life emotions: the fear, the vulnerability, the hope, and the raw, unfiltered humanity that is often masked behind fame and fortune. The reactions weren't limited to fans and media. Her family and close friends were reportedly emotionally affected as well. Sources suggested tears, hugs, and moments of quiet reflection, showing that the news wasn't just about public perception, it was intensely personal. Every fan comment that poured in mirrored this reality, as if the audience was collectively experiencing the emotional highs and lows alongside Tamar. Amid the celebration and curiosity, controversy began to swirl. Some critics questioned the relationship, the timing, and even the intentions behind the announcement. The online world thrives on drama, and Tamar's story had all the ingredients: emotional vulnerability, a high-profile father, a history of personal struggles, and a public desperate for answers. Every post dissected, every rumor speculated upon, and every emotional reaction contributed to a story that was growing in intensity by the hour. Yet, even in the midst of speculation, one thing was clear: Tamar's emotional journey was at the heart of it all. Fans felt her struggles, the sleepless nights, the anxious moments, and the fear of public judgment. They felt her excitement for new life, her vulnerability in sharing intimate details with the world, and her bravery in stepping into an unpredictable chapter while under the microscope. This duality, joy and anxiety, hope and fear, is what makes her story unforgettable and heart-wrenching. Mendeecees' involvement added a suspenseful layer that fans could not resist. Whispers of his past actions, his reputation, and the mystery surrounding their connection created tension that seemed almost cinematic. Fans began to their eyes about how their relationship developed, the timing of the pregnancy, and the emotions involved. Every theory, every whispered rumor, only heightened the sense of drama and heartbreak surrounding Tamar's announcement. In the public eye, Tamar's story became more than just celebrity gossip. It was a mirror reflecting raw human emotion, vulnerability, resilience, and the bittersweet nature of life. Fans connected to her tears, her hesitations, and her courage, making the story both viral-worthy and emotionally profound. Social media reactions ranged from heartbreak emojis to long messages of support, illustrating the deep connection between Tamar and her audience. And yet, the story is far from over. The tension surrounding Tamar and Mendeecees, the ongoing media speculation, and the emotional depth of her journey continue to evolve. Fans remain glued to every update, every post, every possible leak, hanging on to a narrative that is as heart-wrenching as it is captivating. This is the power of her story. It's more than entertainment. It's a shared emotional experience that resonates on a human level. Tamar Braxton's pregnancy reveal is not just a headline, it's a saga. A story filled with emotion, vulnerability, suspense, and the unpredictable twists of life in the public eye. Fans are left captivated, empathetic, and emotionally invested, proving that some stories transcend mere gossip, they touch the soul. Just when fans thought they had processed Tamar Braxton's pregnancy news, the story took a turn that left everyone reeling. The emotional weight of her revelation wasn't just about bringing new life into the world, it was about the tangled web of personal struggles, heartbreaks, and unresolved questions that had defined her life for years. Tamar has always been someone who wears her heart on her sleeve, but this announcement peeled back layers of vulnerability that most people never see. Sources close to Tamar revealed that the journey to this pregnancy was far from simple. Behind the perfectly styled photos and celebratory posts, she had faced sleepless nights filled with anxiety. There were moments of doubt, fear, and uncertainty that gnawed at her. Fans who have long admired her resilience now see a side of her that is raw, exposed, and intensely human. The emotional resonance of her journey isn't something that can be conveyed in a simple headline. It's a lived experience, full of tears, hope, and the ever-present fear of public scrutiny. And then there's Mendeecees. His presence in this story adds layers of suspense that make it almost cinematic. While Tamar steps into this new chapter, questions about his role, his past, and the dynamics of their relationship swirl endlessly. Fans speculate, was this connection sudden, unexpected, or something that had been quietly developing behind the scenes? Every post, comment, and rumor fuels a narrative of mystery and intrigue, making this more than just a pregnancy reveal. It's a saga of human emotion under intense public pressure. The shocking twist came as insider reports suggested that Tamar had faced emotional betrayal and misunderstanding in her past relationships, leaving her cautious and wary even as she embraced this new life. Every moment of excitement was accompanied by hesitation, every smile by a shadow of doubt. Fans watching this unfold couldn't help but empathize. They felt her joy, but they also felt her heartbreak, her silent fears, and the heavy weight of expectations she carries as both a public figure and a human being. This duality, between celebration and anxiety, joy and fear, creates a tension that is impossible to ignore. Social media exploded with speculation, support, and heartbreak. Fans dissected every image, every comment, and every interview, trying to understand the emotions behind Tamar's carefully curated public persona. The reactions were raw. Some were crying alongside her, overwhelmed by the honesty of her journey. Others were debating the implications of Mendeecees' involvement, trying to untangle the emotional threads of this complex narrative. Amidst the frenzy, Tamar's courage stands out. To reveal a pregnancy under the scrutiny of millions requires bravery, but to do so while carrying the emotional scars of past heartbreaks is a testament to her resilience. Fans aren't just witnessing a celebrity announcement, they are witnessing a woman's journey through vulnerability, fear, and hope, laid bare in a way that is both heartbreaking and inspiring. Yet, the tension doesn't stop there. Rumors continue to swirl about the timing of the pregnancy, the depth of Tamar and Mendeecees' connection, and the emotional struggles that might lie ahead. Each new piece of information adds to the suspense, making fans feel like they are living the story alongside her. The drama, the uncertainty, and the emotional intensity make this story much more than gossip. It's a human drama amplified by fame, vulnerability, and the unpredictable twists of life. For many fans, Tamar's story resonates because it mirrors universal experiences: fear of the unknown, hope for the future, and the courage to face life's uncertainties despite past pain. Her vulnerability touches people in a way that celebrity gossip rarely does. It evokes empathy, tears, and reflection. Social media became a canvas for shared emotion, as fans expressed grief, joy, concern, and admiration simultaneously. Every reaction, every discussion, every tear shed online mirrors the depth of the story she is telling without words. And as the world watches, one thing is certain: Tamar Braxton's pregnancy is not just a headline, it's a complex, emotionally charged narrative. It is a story of heartbreak, courage, suspense, and hope, with twists that leave fans questioning, theorizing, and emotionally invested. The unresolved tension surrounding Mendeecees, the public speculation, and Tamar's personal vulnerability ensure that this story will continue to captivate, shock, and move audiences for weeks, months, and perhaps years to come. In this moment, fans are left holding their breath. The joy of new life collides with the uncertainty of past pain, creating a story that is simultaneously heartwarming and heart-wrenching. Every update will be dissected, every comment analyzed, and every tear shed will echo the emotional gravity of a woman bravely navigating life under the unrelenting gaze of the public. Tamar Braxton's journey reminds us all that behind the headlines, the drama, and the gossip, there are real people with real emotions. And sometimes, the most viral stories are the ones that touch the heart. So now, the question remains, what does all of this mean for Tamar Braxton and Mendeecees? How will they navigate this whirlwind of emotions, speculation, and public scrutiny? Fans are on edge, hearts heavy, some crying tears of joy, some overwhelmed by the weight of Tamar's vulnerability. And you, watching this unfold, are part of the story too, because this isn't just gossip. It's a human experience, raw and unfiltered, that touches the deepest parts of our emotions. Tamar's courage in revealing her pregnancy under the intense glow of the spotlight is nothing short of inspiring. She is a woman embracing life's joys and pains simultaneously, reminding us all that even in moments of uncertainty and fear, hope can bloom. And Mendeecees? His presence adds mystery, tension, and drama, keeping fans guessing, theorizing, and emotionally invested at every turn. We want to hear from you. How do you feel about this shocking revelation? Are you moved by Tamar's bravery? Surprised by Mendeecees' role? Or are you still trying to make sense of the twists and turns of their journey? Comment below with your thoughts, your theories, and your emotions. Don't hold back, because every reaction matters. If this story shook you, hit that like button, share this video with friends, and subscribe for the latest updates. Tamar's journey is far from over, and the drama, suspense, and emotion are only going to escalate. By subscribing, you'll be the first to know every shocking twist, every heartfelt moment, and every viral revelation as it unfolds. Remember, behind every headline, every shocking announcement, there's a story of courage, vulnerability, and humanity. Tamar Braxton's story is one of those moments, a tale that will stay with you long after the video ends. So, join the conversation, share your emotions, and be part of this unforgettable saga.